Rock Salt Musecast Experience. Aaron, you want to give me the drum roll? It's True Lryic on the Zoom with us. And there's the live studio audience.
Oh, man.
How you doing, True?
I'm great. Can't complain. I'm blessed.
Now, for anybody that doesn't know, True was literally our very first guest on this show before we had a show.
Yeah, first guinea pig.
Yeah. Back there at Joshua Fest a couple of years ago.
When we didn't know what we were doing, and we still don't really know what we're doing, but it's better.
Yeah. We throw new stuff at the wall, and some of it sticks, some of it doesn't. So, all right. So, True, you got a new album out, and it's called what's it called?
It's called Black Kids Like Emo.
Now, I thought that was a pretty provocative title because
yeah.
Do black kids truly like emo?
Yeah, it was meant to be that way, to catch attention, but also just to kind of break outside of the box, because as a young black kid in high school, I actually did like emo, that genre of music, that style, but I didn't like make it known because it's kind of like it's just not as popular. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a big, bold statement, and that's the title we went with.
Nice. And there seems to be a theme running through the whole album, you know, about high school and growing up and dealing with bullies and that sort of thing. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I wanted to tap into nostalgia, and really kind of like honor myself as far as when I was listening to that kind of music, which for me was like freshman, sophomore, junior year. So I have some throwback references. I reference like Blockbuster, and yeah, it's kind of written from my perspective as to the music that I would have written when I was in high school. So it's talking a lot about the things that I experienced in high school, the bullies, the falling in and out of love, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Well, it is it's definitely a departure from the last album or EP that you put out musically. This one's a little more rock, right?
Yeah. It's something I joked about with my band a long time ago before we went on tour, and it was kind of just like, that'd be funny if we did something like that. But then the idea just kind of grew on me, and the more I was like, I could just do a whole project, this genre, and just have fun with it. And so, yeah, we had a lot of fun recording it too. It's a lot of fun. Yeah,
it sounds like you guys are having fun with it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I got from the listening to it. A lot of fun, a lot of energy. I was trying to, tell Dave, I said, I didn't know, I don't know who he sounds like now, or what the album sounds like. And I thought it was maybe a 90s DC Talk a little bit, that whole genre there. And so, audio adrenaline, that whole area, it's not extremely hard, but it's definitely alternative.
Yeah. I had a lot of music influences when I was in high school, just kind of learning to find myself and learning like the kinds of music that I enjoyed. So I listened to everything from like the harder hip hop to alternative and rock. So I still, it's hard to put it into a genre, because I still feel like there's some elements of it that are hip hop, that are like rap based. But the music overall is very like rock alternative. So it's kind of a blend of the things I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's I dig it because it's I don't know, to me it sounded a little more rap with a rock background to it. And it's not, the rock part is not overwhelming so as to say like a Linkin Park or even a Beastie Boys or something like that, where it's just hard in your face rock with a rap. Right. This is more rap with a rock background to it. I dig it. And I really want to get into the meat of the album though, because you touch on some stuff like bullying and help me out with the name of the song. There's
Beat Up the Kid.
say it again.
Beat Up the New Kid.
Beat Up the New Kid. That's it. What's that? What's that all about?
Yeah. So first of all, so my mom is a teacher. She was a teacher my entire life. So kind of my experience combined with what I've experienced through her stories. But my freshman year, I went to a school that I was not very accepted in. I was like one of the 3 maybe black kids there. And I felt like I had a target on my back a lot of the time. I played football, and the like seniors would like mess with my locker all the time. And so that is kind of what that felt like to me. And then fast forward a couple of years, I switched schools. And I feel like I lost myself for a moment, like my junior year. And I almost felt like I had become a little bit of like the bully that I hated my freshman year. So in that song, that's kind of what I talk about, is sort of the cycle of bullying and how that can just spiral and lead to, consistent cases of it. So that was a very personal one for me, but I was really glad we were able to kind of bring it to life.
Yeah, I kept listening to it, and it spoke to me. I mean, I think that everybody has a bully in school. I don't care where you fall on the ladder in school. Somebody is always above you on that ladder bullying you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think everybody can relate to that. And yeah, in a perfect world, it'd be great to say, we should all just get along, but there is always going to be that person out there who just isn't in the game. They're just in it for themselves, and that's what a bully is, just in it for themselves, and how far can they go. So, it's nice to know, though, that there are other people like you or me that, hey, we dealt with the bullies in school. You get through it. It sucks. It sucks at the time, but you persevere and you get through it, and you just you rise above it, and you're a stronger person for it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like one of the like overlaying themes of the entire project is like seasons, and yeah, that for me was definitely there's a lot of things you go through in life in general where it's gonna suck for a little bit, and that's kind of just you need to kind of figure out what is for you to take away from that situation, what's for you to learn, and then move forward. And it does end, it does get better, but when you're in it, it's certainly
it's like quicksand. When you're in it, you feel like you're never going to get out of this thing, but once you're on the other side of it, I mean, and you can look back and you can see what you learned from it and be better for it.
Well, I think it's great that you talked about it, because again, we all go through it, and sometimes we don't ask for help. We don't, hey, this is what's going on, I need some help. And that needs to be addressed too, that kids know that you're not going to be called names because you need help. We all need help in life, and some people just, refuse to ask for it. And then next thing you know, it's, it leads to depression or something else. And they would just ask help, say, hey, I got a problem with this person at school or the job or whatever, and you get through it. And maybe the person that's taking advantage of the situation gets help too, that they can stop bullying, because as you grow now, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, absolutely. The title track, Black Kids Like Emo. I dig that song. I really do. It's a toe tapper. It sounds like you're just having fun with that one. Is there anything deeper to that song, or is it just having fun?
It's definitely having fun. I think that the message behind that one was really the message behind the album, which was that I, especially as an artist for a long time, I had a hard time figuring out if there was a box I needed to fit into or if there was a box I needed to get out of. And I think a lot of artists struggle with that, where it's, you know, if I make like a heavier rap album, like, do I need to stick to that kind of music? And so for me, this was kind of like a breaking out of the box. And I was like, I no longer care. I'm just going to make the music I feel like making. So that was the first song we recorded when we got into the studio to work on this project. And we had a ton of fun doing it. And you could tell just the energy in the studio that day. We were like, this is going to be a really great project. So starting with that one, it was just like kind of like releasing all the constraints we feel like we had on us, and yeah, it just went from there.
I love the music video. It just seemed like you guys are having a blast. Who are the band members with you on the video there?
Yeah, so we have Nick Carrico, who was actually the drummer when you guys saw us in Joshua Fest. We have Sebastian St. James, and then Nick Carrico's buddy, actually the bass player, actually filled in that day. He hadn't heard the music until that day, but my bass player got like food poisoning, so we're calling around trying to like scramble, and he came through and it worked out. So.
It's a great video. Having a lot of fun.
Thank you.
The skateboard guys in front of you, you know, like this. You know, I was like, is he going to get on the skateboard? You know, because that'd have been me. I'd have been the artist. You know, let me get on the skateboard, and then, you know, 5 hours later in the emergency room, there I am.
I bought a skateboard. So funny thing, it's much harder to find a skateboard than I thought. But so the day before the video, I went to like 6 different stores trying to find a skateboard. And I bought one because I was like, I got to have a skateboard for the video. And then I quickly realized that I have no idea how to ride this thing. I used to know how, but I was just like practicing in my driveway, and I was like, I can't ride this in the video because it's going to look like it's my first time on a skateboard. So there's a couple of shots you can see my skateboard like in the background.
Made the video from the emergency room.
Yeah, right.
I remember I was little and I could skateboard, and then my kids got a skateboard, and I was like, let me teach the kids how to ride.
Yeah.
That didn't go so well, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a great video. If you're listening right now or watching on our YouTube channel, check out the video. It's a lot of fun.
All right, so let's get into that Black Kids Like Emo from True Lyric on Rock Salt Musecast Experience.